Hey everybody out there in slot car land, how's everybody doing this fine Sunday morning? Hope everybody had a safe and happy 4th of July. Hope you didn't lose any fingers or start any fires. So I hope everybody made it through safe. Today we're going to finish the wall that we started in the last episode. As you can see, I've got the other sections done and painted, and the shade work in between these tiles, and then we're going to be doing the last section here on the video today, and we'll be discussing our first car build that we're going to start. Probably not this episode. We're going to show you what we're going to be doing. I got to get some parts for it, but we'll definitely be doing that down the road. We're not going to be doing it all in one episode. It'll be kind of a build as we go along, mixed in with some of the other stuff that we'll be working on. Like I was talking in the last episode, the base color of the wall, I changed it. I didn't like the flat tan color that I had, that I was thinking about using for it. That's what the really light colored stone on this is. That's a flat tan, and I really didn't like it, and it really didn't match this wall, which I'm actually going to redo. This is a wall going into the parking garage. I'm not going to show that on video. I'll show you definitely when it's done, but I'm not going to do it on video since we're doing this wall. It's going to be basically the same thing, so I'm not going to worry about that. The color that I did with the base is a Testors Model Masters. This is sand or sable color is what I went with for the base color. It's more the same match color as this color here, so the walls will match up with one another. The individual stones on the wall, I did use the flat tan, which is the lightest color, like I said. The other color I'm using is a Testors Model Masters color. This is a tan or a beige color. And then the darkest brown is actually a Tamiya color. It is flat earth color. So those are the three browns that I'm using to do the stones with. We're also using the shade pencil again, like we did on the cobblestones work that you guys saw. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, you can go back and reference that video. I talk about what I used in those, except we're not using the black this time. We're using a brown to do that. You're gonna need some really fine paintbrushes to do some of the paint work on this. And this set I got, it's a 5-piece set. I got this at Hobby Lobby. As you can see, these are the bigger, except for this one here, these are the bigger brushes that came in that set. Really nice set. Really like it. It works out really well. So, let me get the camera set up and we'll start working on this, and then we'll show you some other stuff. Alright, here we go. So what you want to do first is you want to take your pencil, the brown pencil, and you just want to run a line in between the gaps that we did, in between the stones. Make sure it's sharp. Having a really sharp pencil helps. Helps you get in between those cracks a little bit. So just run some lines between the stones here. It's up to you how much you want to use. And like I said, like on the cobbles, you can always go back and add more color to it. Okay. Now take one of your fine brushes and get it wet. And just go in between here. And just blend some of this together. Warm it is the water's dissipating awfully quick. Let me get my paper towel. We're going to need a paper towel here. So hope everybody's doing well out there. I know it's summertime and there's not a lot of racing going on in most parts of the country when it comes to slot cars. I know a lot of everybody out there it's a winter sport, but I'm still going to be doing videos, so guys, keep on watching, and if you take some time off and you're watching these down the road when fall rolls around, that's alright too. Alright, so as you can see, kind of getting it matched up to where it looks like to the other sections. Every single time I do a video, my throat wants to screw up. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, I need another towel for the other paints here. Alright, now that that's done, then let that dry a little bit. You're not going to be touching that because we're going to be painting in here and up here, so we should be alright. I like to go with the Tamiya color first because it's water-based. This is an acrylic paint, so it's water-based. It makes cleaning the brush easier, but it makes it... I want to start with this and then go to the other colors that I have to use the paint thinner for. Here's my Kindle. Alright. And just pick whatever stones you want to paint. Doesn't have to be in a pattern. Just kind of pick and choose. Kind of try and make sure that I color at least one, like on the sides, in the middle, and on the bottom. So it looks kind of uniform, but still random. You're working with 3 colors, so it's in a really small space, so you don't really have to do a lot. And on these, it really doesn't matter if you go over. Let's see here. Let's do this one right here. Oh, let's get this guy. Oh, no, let's do this little guy. Having that one right in the middle would look kind of funky. So we'll offset that a little bit. Let's see. Let's do... No, not that one. Let's do this one. I try not to put the 2 of the same color side by side. I want at least a couple of stones in between the light colors. Let's do this guy right here, right up against the wall here. That should be good. So now let's do the upper portion here. Let me back myself up here a little bit, get myself in the camera here. So has everybody gone out and got their Dukes of Hazzard stuff yet? When I went to Hobby Lobby to get the paint last Saturday, I made sure I double checked the end cap, and looky what I found on the end cap. Haha! Got me a General Lee. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet, whether it's going to stay in the collection or whether I'm going to sell it, but for right now, it's sticking with me for right at the moment. Can't believe I actually found that. Can't believe I beat my other racers to it, tell you the truth. But they're not big on Hobby Lobby. I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't. I'm not, when it comes to... I know they don't have a lot, but it does help in this town, seeing as our other family-owned hobby store closed. They were the only other source in town for models, model paint, whatnot. Like I said, last weekend I hit a really cool Hobbytown USA in Spokane that really had a lot of neat stuff. That's probably the best hobby town I've ever been in. Biggest hobby town I ever been in, too. Let's see. Let's do this one right here, too. These are a little harder because they're actually square stones. They're not round stones. So you gotta try and get the color as close as possible to the shape of the stone so it still looks right. Alright. Let's see. Let's do one more down here. Let's do this one right here. Alright. Whoop. Yeah, remember, I gotta super glue that one back together. Alright, let's move on to the flat tan. Get it shook up here. And you just keep repeating your process that you did with the other one. So technically you're going to have 4 different colors of the stones here. You're going to have the base sand color stone, and then you're going to have the 3 other colors that you're painting on there. So technically there's 4 colors. Just something to give the wall a little character. Alrighty. Something else I wanted to mention, you guys are going to start seeing, I'm going to start seeing ads in my videos. Not during the video. I did not select that option. You'll be seeing them either at the start. I'm kind of experimenting of having them at the start or having them at the end or having them both at the start and the end. Trying to make a little revenue so I can make this show better. So I can start buying some things that I can't really afford. I'd like to do some new product reviews for slot cars on here, and just be able to buy parts for the stuff that we're working on the show. So hopefully it'll work out. Hopefully you guys will bear with me, and then hopefully it'll make it a better show. Be able to do more for you guys on the show, bring you some more cooler stuff. Be able to buy some decals and maybe order, be able to get some bodies here and there. Maybe order a chassis or 2, or order a complete car that we can take out of the package right on camera and review. So, just hopefully you guys will bear with me, and it'll make it a better show for you guys. I've been looking around on YouTube, and it seems to be I'm the only person on YouTube doing this, so doing a slot car show in this manner anyways, and I'd like to bring the best one that I can to you guys out there. And keep the comments and whatnot coming. Had a couple of good ones. I had I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. He's out of Peru, and he says that he can't get a hold of anything down there, and he's got the old style AFX not lock and joiner track, but the next iteration of the track that slide together, and wanted to know what he could do to fix the connectors on it and whatnot. And I kind of conversated with him, and through me, one of the other people on the slot car group page that saw the video also helped him out, and he's getting some track. So I want to thank you guys for helping one another out there. We need to us slot car racers need to stick together and help one another whenever we can. They'll keep this sport going. Alright, I kind of like that. So let's... Whoop, wrong one. Over here. Let's do our third color. So that was the flat tan. So now we're going to the tan. And I'm going to take a little break here. I got to run and do something really quick, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Alright, let's get this last color done here. Let's start right in the middle, I guess. Get a couple of these done down here. And this is just a random thing. You guys can paint as many as you want when you do something like this, particularly if you're using the Plastistruct or Evergreen. Evergreen doesn't make anything like this. You got to get this stuff from Plastistruct. Evergreen only makes, the only thing they do outside of sheet plastic and the other stuff is they'll do tile. They've got sheets of tile, but they don't have cobblestone, or they don't have roofing or that sort of stuff. So this stuff you got to get from Plastistruct. And like I said, this is the first hobby town I've been in that actually carried Plastistruct. All the other ones I've been in only carry the Evergreen stuff. Let's get that one right there. Alright, I like that. Of course, you can do as much as you want, or as little as you want. It's up to you. It's up to you, personal preference when it comes to what stones you want to cover, or even if you're doing scenery on your track. I have always wanted to do a really heavy scenery layout ever since I saw the first AFX book that you could buy. I think the one I had was the third edition of that book. Oop, we're gonna have two together. Oh well, that'll be all right. That'll look different. And the track that they show in there that's really heavily scened in that book just amazed me as a kid when I was in. I think I got that book when I was in 6th grade back in the early 80s, like 1981, 82. I had slot cars in the 70s, but I didn't get one of those books until later on. Let's see here. Let's do this one right here. Still have it to this day, as a matter of fact. Let's turn it this way. We'll come up here and get one of these. So slot cars have been part of my life for quite a while. Stepped away from them for a while during high school and after high school, and believe it or not, didn't really get back into them until I got married. Let's do this little guy right here. Alright. I think that's good. What do you guys think? I think that looks pretty darn good. So let's let that sit for a minute and let that dry. And we'll install it here on the episode, but let's talk about that other thing that I was talking about earlier, and I'll show you what that is. Let me pause and I'll set the camera up. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our first project car here on Slot Car Crazy. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a Hot Wheel. And what we're going to take is one just like this car here. This is actually out of my personal Hot Wheel. Whoa! There goes the phone. That was weird. Hold on for a second. Whoop. Sorry for the malfunction. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these cars. Like I was saying, this is out of my personal... Damn it! Alright, hold on. Alright, we're experiencing technical difficulties here. Alright, hopefully I got it fixed. Alright, back to what I was talking about. This one's out of my personal collection. This is a Ford Falcon from the Australian V8 Supercar series. And when I bought this car, I got to looking at it, and I'm like, you know what, I think that would fit on a slot car chassis. And I'm like, but I'm not going to do it to this car, because this is, you know, one of my cars out of my Hot Wheel collection. But my wife goes to yard sailing and whatnot, and when she's there, she looks for slot cars, and she looks for Hot Wheels, and she came home with a bag the other day, and lo and behold, there was one in the bag, and as you can see, it's kind of beat up. But it's straight, which is really, really good. There's no bent parts. The front valence here was pushed up a little bit, but I bent that back down. So this will make a very good body to make a slot car with. And I got to looking at chassis and got to see what we could do with it. And as you can see, it fits perfectly on a Super G chassis. So we're going to take this car and we're going to make it into a slot car during the episodes here, going on through. What we're going to do is we're going to paint it black. Going to paint it gloss black. I bought the paint already. And we're going to put the Tequila Patron decals on it, which I think are going to look really cool. As you can see also, the window and the roll bars are going to fit in there as well. So we're going to take these roll bars, we're going to paint these green, and paint the body black, paint the headlamps green, maybe do some little detail in the back, paint the brake lights, and hopefully the center brake light right there red, and we'll do some other stuff. I'm going to use this chassis, but I got to get a couple parts for it, and I got to get some body clips and whatnot for it. So I'll get those ordered. Hopefully it won't be too long. I know I'll be doing an episode in 2 weeks. I'm going to see if I can't. I get paid this coming Friday, so I'm hoping to be able to order a couple of parts for this project so we can work on this project a little bit. Next week, maybe show you some sanding and whatnot, because this is a metal body, so we're going to have to, or a die-cast body, so we're going to have to sand it down, smooth it out a little bit, and get it painted and whatnot, and then we'll work on figuring out how we're going to mount the body to the chassis and still be able to get the body off to maintenance the chassis and whatnot. So, but I think that's going to look really cool, and we'll experiment with some of the decals on the sticker set. This comes from Pedro's Place out of Australia. Really good decal set. I've used this on a couple of cars, and I got to looking at it, and I think it's going to look really cool on this Ford Falcon. So that's what we're going to do. We'll do that on the next with the next episode. And we'll work that in periodically throughout the episodes. We're going to do it entirely in one episode. And it might be something we work in with a couple of the other stuff that we're doing and whatnot. So let me go get the camera set up on the track, and we'll get the wall installed and maybe talk a couple other things. So hold on. Alright. Now that we're set up over here, let's get this put in. We'll get it situated here so we don't... Make sure we're lined up and everything. I don't think we're going to need to use much super glue on this to get it attached. But I think it'll sit pretty well in there with those posts and whatnot up in there. It's really nice, and it looks pretty stout up against the wall here. So I don't think it's going to take a lot to make it stick. We just want a little bit here and there to keep it from moving. So let's we'll glue down here on the end down here. Hold that right there. I've had it on here a couple of times, and I left it on here for a week after we put it together and before I painted it. And it pretty much conformed to the wall pretty well. So the glue's just going to keep it from sliding back and forth if it gets bumped. or something if people are corner working or whatnot. So we'll just hold it here for a second. And we'll get it to glue. And we'll glue it down here on the other end. Alright. That looks like, well, maybe not. Here, let me pause it and I'll see if I can get this to stick and we'll glue the other end in a minute. Alright, that's going to take a little bit of work. It's being kind of cantankerous here, so we'll glue that. You guys get the gist of the gluing and whatnot, so let me move the camera up here. Do a little talking here right at the layout. I want to thank everybody for the support I've gotten and the views I've gotten. I want to thank everybody out there. You guys have made this really fun for me and have made it really good, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the channel. I'm going to try and get more slot car stuff based on the channel rather than just the layout stuff I've been doing here lately. It's just that's what I've got a lot to do on the layout, and I wanted to show you guys how I'm doing it. Hopefully the monetization of the channel will help fund some stuff for the channel that we can buy and rate and whatnot, so we can make this even more fun. I know it's summertime, and I know my views are going to be way down, so I hope you guys continue to have a great summer. And if you guys are watching this in the fall, welcome to the channel. And I hope I'm helping some people out there and whatnot. So I love doing this for you guys, and it's been a lot of fun. So we're going to close with a little oversweep of the racetrack today. And guys, continue to have a safe and happy summer. And you guys are the greatest. Some of you guys, the slot car community is one of the funnest communities I have ever been a part of. And I want to thank everybody for the support. So we'll talk to you guys later, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.